What's going on? We back, Motor City Sports Talk. We live. Third day straight, I did live stream on this channel, so I'm proud of myself. Hopefully it's quality. Hope you guys enjoy it once again. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back, Motor City Sports Talk, doing what we does. And once again, I appreciate everybody that support the channels, everybody that talk about the channels. Shout out to all the hating ass niggas out there that's hating on the channel. But I appreciate the love, man, and appreciate everybody holding us down, man. Yeah, the Pistons on, they battling out with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So I got that on the tube while I'm doing the stream. So we're gonna talk some Lions though, man. That's what's hot in these streets right now, man. Is the Detroit Football Lions, man, and let's talk about the running back position. That's very very important. The compliment to Kerryon Johnson is what we're gonna be talking about. What's going on, Stephen A. Smith in the building, Renardo, Big Mike, Beast Mode, Trent, can't pronounce your name, but I'm gonna call you Nag. What's going on, Fred? What's going on? Oh, Drummond on tonight. I've been paying attention. I'm looking at Carl Anthony Town stats on FanDuel. Oh yeah, Drummond going ham sandwich. He got 49 fantasy points, and Carl Anthony Town got 26. So he didn't turned it up on Carl. He didn't turned it up. Carl Anthony Town's soft though, man. Drummond starting to play with a lot more grit, and he playing with a lot more. He playing tough. He is, man. Playing a lot tougher. Him, Blake Griffin playing a lot tougher too. And that's what you want to see from the Pistons, man. Toughness. And I'm happy to see they playing with some toughness because Blake Griffin had a reputation in this league for being soft. And Andre Drummond had a reputation for being soft. So I'm happy to see doing good. Luke Kennard is healthy. That's the difference. He healthy. He healthy. He got confidence in his legs. But let's talk about the Lions. Um, Perfect compliment. Best running back to compliment Kerryon Johnson. And I'm not 100% sure about the draft running backs, man. I do like Mike Weber a lot. Maybe that's a Detroit bias, but the kind of really kind of describing free agency kickoff next week, March the 13th, and they kind of really describe the top free agents out there. But just what the Lions need in general. In general, the Lions need a running back that's a change of pace. Now, Kerryon is a good balance back. Good speed. He got good speed. He got good power despite being long and lengthy. He can break tackles. He can run on the outside. He can run between the tackles. He can catch the ball out the backfield. Kerryon Johnson is like the Le'Veon Bell for the Detroit Lions. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly a perfect comparison. So, what you got an all balance back, and then you got a power back and center behind him. You know, um, you need to change the speed back. The Lions need speed. They need a home run hitter. You know what I'm saying? They need a running back that can get an A to Z. Now, Sports Illustrated got Tevin Coleman ranked as the number 6 best free agent out there, and that may change because Frank Clark, Jadeveon Clowney all received the franchise tag. So he might be moving up, but he fast. You know what I'm saying? You keep going down the list. Le'Veon Bell is exactly what Kerryon is. So I like to see them paired up still, but we talking about what the Lions need at the running back position. They need to change the pace back. And I'm just going through the free agent market right now. And I really don't see another running back in the top 30 so far. I'm going through the top 30. I see Michigan State alumni, the Dark Horse Denard is a free agent. Man, I don't know why it didn't work in Cincinnati. But just to go around, it's not a CJ Anderson is another a thud and running back. We already got a thudder in Zach Zenner, and we said how balanced Kerryon was. Jay Ajayi is it may be a good pickup. I wouldn't pick up a bigger back. You got Zach Zenner. You got Zach Zenner. Why are the Lions picking up a bigger back? You got Zach Zenner. You got Kerryon Johnson. They both Kerryon can do everything. So why does the Lions need a bigger back? Is what I'm trying to figure out. The Lions lack speed. Garrett Blunt can't even get out of neutral in the backfield. The Lions they need speed. They need somebody that can break it home for them. They need a Java Best type. If you don't want to keep Zach Zenner, okay, then we could talk about that. But you need somebody that can fly. The Lions lack speed off throughout the team. They lack speed at the running back position. Last year, Theo Reddick is slow as molasses. I think Zach Zenner was the second fastest running back. Jay will cost way too. No, that's not true. Jay Ajayi is the number 45th ranked free agent according to Sports Illustrated. 45th. So he ain't gonna break the bank. Tyreek Hill, while you joking, is about to get a big contract. You know. So Jay Ajayi is. I don't think he gonna break. He ain't gonna break the bank. Remember, he tore his ACL last October. So if you want to play with fire there, he cheap. Keep going through. Ain't a ton of running backs out there. Just looking in the top, I'm in the top 60 now. And I've seen 3 or 4 running backs, Adrian Peterson, but we ain't entertaining Adrian Peterson at all. He old. You know, Adrian Peterson. He showed some life last year though, but nah, he ain't gonna help us out. He need to go like New England or somewhere he closer to getting the Super Bowl. I'm just going. Ain't no running backs out there. That's the crazy thing about it. It's not another running back in there other than a few I named. So but yeah, what's going on, Miss Blacks? What's going on? Alex Collins, Bryce Love. Bryce Love got injured, right? Towards ACL or something. Oh, Mark Ingram. I don't know how I looked over him. Mark Ingram, Tevin Coleman, Jay Ajayi, Spencer Ware, Mike Davis, Amir Abdullah, no pun intended. Ty Montgomery. So it's a good year to be Le'Veon Bell, to be honest. It's an excellent year to be Le'Veon Bell because this market is small, shrinking, but the Lions need speed at that position. You don't need no bigger back. You got Kerryon. Well, I don't know why people look at Kerryon Johnson and say, "Oh, he a skinny back." I mean, Kerryon Johnson can run between them tackles. Kerryon can run between them tackles. Kerryon ran between the tackles better than anybody they had. Look at that free agency. I don't see nobody that jump out to me. And the one guy I know in college is Jacobs from Alabama, who pretty good. And I know Mike Weber can play. He didn't play that much at Ohio State because the running back coach left and they didn't want to release him. And he ran a good 4.47, so he got some decent speed. Seemed to have some decent size on him, but the Lions don't need a bruising running back. I mean, what we got Zach Zenner for then? If we gonna keep Zach Zenner on the roster, we don't need no LeGarrette Blount. We don't need nobody like that. C.J. Anderson, no. C.J. Anderson ain't gonna perform here like he performed with the Rams. That was a what they call an anomaly or something like that. The Lions need speed. They need speed. They don't need no more of these slow ass 4.7, 4.8 running backs. What's Kerryon in the 4.5 range? I believe he in the 4.5 range. Let me see what Kerryon 40 was. 1 second. Let me double check. I'm pulling it up, y'all. Oh, he didn't run it. He didn't run it 40. Look. He ran it at his pro day. So I'm not sure what he ran exactly. None but haters, bro. Get up out of here. DK Metcalf. No, you don't want DK Metcalf. DK Metcalf don't have no lateral, no agility. He don't have no lateral movement. You don't want DK Metcalf. You don't want DK Metcalf. He can't get out of breaks. He can't route run. And his questions about his hands. He round number 2. Kerryon durability. I don't think Kerryon durability a problem. To be honest, he got injured last year, but at Auburn, I seen him touch the game. At Auburn, I seen him touch the rock 30, 40 times a game. I don't think it's a question about his durability. Was he ran down a little bit in college? Yeah, he was. He was run down in college because he ran the ball 30, or he touched the ball and ran the ball 30, 40 times. He ran the ball 30, 40. I watched him. He caught in the Wildcat, direct snap, Wildcat. He run the ball, catch the ball in college. He was there everything at Auburn his last year there. You know, he was their everything. So he had a lot of stress on his body by playing in the SEC. He was running over Alabama. He was running over everybody that year. You know, but that's why you get you another running back. You know, you get three running backs. You get Zenner, power. You get the speed back. They can break it away. And they can catch a little bit. You got Kerryon Johnson. That's the bridge. He between both of them. He can do everything. So you got three capable backs in the backfield. I really don't, I'm not worried about his durability though. I'm really not. You know, I think he'll put the weight on this summer. He'll put the weight on this summer. You know, he'll put the muscle on. He'll work out. Seem to be a good kid. You know, won't see him in no issue, no trouble. Kerryon Higdon. I don't like Higdon. Ain't he the one that be fumbling, or was it the other one? I'm just not a fan of Michigan running backs. Remember the A Train, Anthony Thomas, what's the old boy that was called them little brothers? Mike, I can't remember this guy's name. Mike, I can't remember his name, but whatever. I'm just not a fan of Michigan running backs. And then Higdon, he don't run fast enough for me. When you ran at 4.6, 4.5, the Lions need to get faster. You don't got enough speed on your offense. Marvin Jones is probably the fastest person on the offense. Mike Hart, thank you. Mike Hart is the fast. I'm not Mike Hart. Marvin Jones is probably the fastest player on the Lions offense. You know, Marvin Jones not no slouch. He ran a 4.4, 4.42. He older now. Kenny Galladay runs good too. But you need you a Tyreek Hill type of guy. You know, a Javi Best type. Somebody that can that can really take it to the house. The Lions ain't got no explosive players. You know, other than the two out wide. We had Ebron, but Ebron couldn't. They didn't know how to use Ebron down the field. You know, the last explosive back we had was what, Reggie Bush? Because Theo Reddick is slow as dirt. Amir Abdullah was slow in straight line speed. Golden Tate wasn't fast neither. Golden Tate wasn't fast. Golden Tate wasn't fast. Golden Tate was more quick than fast. But Golden Tate, when he first got here, Golden Tate could smoke some dudes down the field though, but he was never fast. That's why Michael Floyd was always regarded better than him at Notre Dame. You know, but Golden Tate knew how to run routes. Golden Tate knew how to create separation. Golden Tate knew how to get on top of the cornerback, and he knew how to sell. He knew how to sell. Sell fakes and double moves and stuff of that nature. He was a polished receiver. That's what I liked about Golden Tate. That's the problem. Lions need speed, man, especially in that backfield. They need somebody that you can hand the ball off to. And they was trying to get Rashad Penny last year. That the Lions was going to trade back up in the draft and draft Rashad Penny, but the Seahawks took him, and they settled for Kerryon Johnson. You know, and you got to keep in mind going into the draft for the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions are not looking to. The Detroit Lions are not looking to for anybody with personal issues. If you got in trouble in school, they probably not gonna take you in. And that's sad because Montez Sweat, I learned he got kicked out of Michigan State. You know, and they run this really like the Fords run this like a real corporation, even though I believe Ford does hire Ford Motor Company does hire felons. But the reason the big three actually hires felons is because they get a big tax break. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why, the Fords don't pay no taxes on Ford Motor Company. Very small taxes federally, So they don't pay no taxes, but they don't invest no money in teams. Somebody said earlier, I was just searching the internet and just reading threads that, when have the Lions, ever had a ton of cap space, and that means that the Fords actually spend money. No, it don't. That means they spend the money in all the wrong places. You know what I'm saying? They don't spend the money how they supposed to spend the money. That's the problem. They don't spend that money, and that's the issue. So they care about that. They care about dudes having good character. That's why he was drafting out of BYU. That's why they was drafting out of BYU. They drafting out of BYU for character. They drafting out BYU for character. The Mormons, most of them dudes, they can't, have sex outside of me, whatever they go through. That's what I hear. That's what I hire guys with high character. Ever since Titus Young and the whole Titus Young thing, and then you had a few lines getting in trouble in the offseason. Martha Ford took over. She not taking nobody with domestic violence history. She not taking nobody that got caught with weed. She not taking nobody that ever did nothing. Man, you got to be a model citizen to be part of this organization. You got to be a model citizen. You can't make no mistakes. But the thing about it is, that's how corporate America look at you. You know what I mean? Especially if you're a minority, that's how corporate America look at you. Corporate America look at you like you got to be perfect. It's hard to be perfect, man. Everybody gonna make mistakes when you 15, 16, 17, 21, 24, 25, shit, even 26, 27, 28, all the way to you 30. A lot of people gonna make mistakes, but your mistakes shouldn't define your life. People deserve a second chance. People, they go to their yachts, they go to their mansions, and they can't fathom coming up with nothing. They can't fathom not having nothing to eat. And I gotta go to the store to go steal them macaroni noodles, or I gotta go, hit the block and sell this and this and that to feed my family. They can't understand it because they never struggled. Because that's when you start seeing multimillionaires and billionaires, and they start going through distress and hard moments. That's why you seeing them all kill each other. They kill each other self. Excuse me. They start committing suicide because they never really had to deal with no real adversity. They ain't never had to fight for their food or fight for their life. So Martha Ford is from two different worlds, you know, and that's why she gonna go for the outstanding citizens. You know what I'm saying? And that's just what it is. A lot of people don't want to hear that. It's a huge disconnect from people from Detroit to Rochester Hills. It's a huge disconnect from people from Metro Detroit, you know, to out there in Washington, Oakland County, all the way deep in Oakland County and Macomb County and like that. Why are these animals killing each other and shooting each other every day? And why is he out here robbing and stealing and selling dope? Because I ain't got no choice. I ain't got no choice. Who I want to buy the Lions? I don't care. Whoever I take the dude that on the Cavaliers. Dan Gilbert. He from here. He seen the love to invest and try to really go get championships. So the Lions want to keep getting outstanding citizens, and ain't gonna win. Everybody done made the mistake. People you could say got a clean criminal record. You never know that Joker might have 20, 30 bodies on him. You think people the nice people, then you never know. They might ski mask up and rob a bank or rob a gas station. You can't judge a person because they got caught. Now, if you keep getting caught keep doing the same shit 2, 3, 4 times in a row, then yeah, then he a no-go. Or he got a problem. He kept getting busted with weed in college. Yeah, okay, I'm taking him off my draft board. Oh yeah, meth and all that's in the suburb. They don't want you to know that though. But they not busting them like they busting the brothers in the city and putting it all on there and publicizing it. They wiping their criminal record away, throwing them out, giving them probation, giving them community service. Us, yeah, we get hit with that joker, man. We going away for 10, 20 years. Like we didn't kill somebody. Not to be a philosopher or nothing like that, but that's how you gotta understand how they think. You can't make no mistake. You gotta be perfect. Like everybody, every minority that's around, we gotta be perfect. It's like we on probation. One slap on the wrist, shit, we getting locked up first offense 20, 20, 20, 10, 20, 30 years if you ain't got no money. So Martha Ford and them, that's what they don't understand. When they was telling the players that we'll make a donation to any of your charities as long as you guys don't kneel, it ain't about that. It's about that y'all don't understand. It about y'all don't understand what we going through. Y'all thinking that everybody got a golden path, or oh, it's the land of the free. It's that I mean, all these opportunities. We ain't got them opportunities, man. We ain't got them opportunities. That's what you got to understand. You people couldn't live. Them type of people couldn't live one day in my shoes or one day in your shoes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how I'm supposed to grow up, my mom working 2 or 3 jobs and nobody else there, and I'm raising myself, or my brother, my sister raising us, or my auntie raising us, and she got 20 kids. I mean, how you expect that to do people to be perfect? We should be more about rehabilitating players and examining their brains so they won't be going through what Kellen Winslow was going through. Kellen Winslow the third, he got a real problem. You know what I'm saying? He just flashed his penis to a 70-year-old woman and then allegedly kidnapped another woman. He got a mental problem. How about we evaluate these players? How about we evaluate these players every 4 weeks? Regardless, every 4 weeks, you got to have a physician evaluate you before you take the field, because it's football players out here dying, out here destroying the community, out here. One dude out there in Yipsy or something, he took his head and rammed it into the couple years ago and he just ran his head into the grocery store slide open slide in door. I think it was in Yipsy. This CTE is real. CTE is real. Brain damage in football is real. Let these dudes smoke weed. Weed is shown to stop seizures, to rehabilitate brain injuries, and make it easier on the pain. The NFL is going to allow players to smoke weed. They're gonna stop testing for weed. But you know what? How dirty the NFL is. You know, how dirty the NFL is. The NFL say, you know what? We willing to concede the weed policy to stop testing for weed. Y'all can smoke weed, but we gonna need y'all to make some concessions. Like, how many concessions do they want the NFL players to make? I just seen Gibson walk out the tunnel. But real talk, how many more concessions do these NFL players need to make, man? They make 70% more than the NBA, the NFL. But the NBA players make 200% more than NFL players. Check that out. How much concessions do you want? You can control me after my contract for 2 or 3 years with the franchise tag. The NFL players shouldn't even take foot on the field again unless their franchise tag is abolished. But these are the issues that don't get really talked about in the NFL or talked about with the Lions. You know what I'm saying? You got to be perfect to play for the Lions. You got to be perfect to play for the Lions. You got to be perfect to play in an imperfect organization. Seriously, you got to be imperfect to play. You got to be perfect to play for an imperfect organization. So I already know if I got popped for weed or me and my girl had a dispute and she said I bammed up her upside her head in college, I know I ain't going to Detroit. I ain't working out with you. I ain't interviewing with you. I already know I ain't going to Detroit. So if I don't want to go to Detroit, just go ahead and say, y'all caught cocaine in my system. I ain't going to Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Cincinnati will take me. Dallas will take me. Pittsburgh will take me. You know what I'm saying? New England show will take me for, New England took a lot of trouble players throughout the years. Corey Dillon, Randy Moss quit on the Raiders. You know what I'm saying? They took a ton of trouble players throughout the history. Ton of them. But I got to be perfect to go to Detroit. I don't want to go to Detroit no way. I don't go to fucking Detroit. All you gotta do is tell my agents, oh, Detroit gonna draft me #1. Oh man, see, Sam Bradford did it wrong. Sam Bradford did it wrong. Y'all ain't know Sam Bradford was gonna come out the year Stafford came out, but it was talks that the Detroit Lions was gonna draft Sam Bradford #1. It was talks that he was gonna draft Sam Bradford #1. I think it was, I don't know, was it Mayhew and LeWine, whoever had that Lions pick, whoever it was, they was gonna draft Sam Bradford #1. It was already said. Sam Bradford said, you know what? I'm going back to school. You know what? Sam Bradford went back to school to avoid playing for the Detroit Lions. And a lot of people don't talk about that. But guess what? He ended up with the LA Rams or at the St. Louis Rams at the time, and had a terrible career. Terrible career. He was one of the last guys to get one of those uncapped rookie contracts. And he ain't do a goddamn thing in this league. Nothing. But the beautiful thing about it is, if we had took Sam Bradford over Matthew Stafford, we wouldn't have kept signing Sam Bradford back. Sam Bradford would have did this 4 or 5 years, milked us, and we would have been in the market for a new quarterback. Well, Matthew Stafford, he was more durable than Sam Bradford. He held up better than Sam Bradford. He survived. Pistons cooking now. They playing great ball. But the thing about it is, you got Sam Bradford. You would have been looking for a new quarterback already 5 years ago. Now I'm saying you could end up with another Sam Bradford. You could end up with another Matthew Stafford. So if you trust that Bob Quinn or Mayhew, whoever it was 5 years ago, I think it was more Mayhew, the drafted quarterback, then probably be ass out. You know. So yeah, Stafford went to the Jets, and they probably would have won because the Jets made it to the AFC Finals, AFC Conference Finals with Mark Sanchez being the game manager. He had Braylon Edwards. They had an elite defense. You know, she said, Mrs. Black's Buster D said Deion Sanders said he didn't want to come here. Yeah, it ain't that. It's like this, man. It's like when people say they don't want to play in Detroit. The city not bad though. Like Detroit is better than out the NFL. Detroit is better than the majority of the cities to go to. You know what I'm saying? People think of the weather and stuff of that nature, but you right by Canada. You right by. You right by. Give me a second, man. Second. Yeah, but my bad. My daughter asked me I want something from the store. Um, excuse me. But yeah, excuse me. I was talking about Sam Bradford, and I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought. I'm tired. But yeah, we talking about the quarterback. Somebody said Josh Freeman. Yeah, he out the league quick, fast, in a hurry, ain't he? But that's just what it is with the Lions, though, man. Oh, y'all talking about Detroit? Detroit ain't that bad, though. You know what I'm saying? People make the city be out worse than what it is. Yeah, but guess what? When you stay in Detroit, when you play in Detroit, you don't stay in Detroit. You probably stay in Oakland County, Macomb County, and or Macomb County was one of the richest counties at a point in time, and still may be one of the most richest counties in the United States. The suburbs are beautiful in Detroit. Just going from Detroit to Redford to Livonia, it's a totally different a feel. Even the air quality tastes different or feel different, and the surroundings feel different. So when you're in Detroit, you're not living in Detroit. You're not living in Detroit. You're not. You live in the suburbs. You probably rarely come to Detroit other than you go to the Lions game, go downtown. That's it. But people want to go live in LA. Everybody want to be in LA. Everybody want to be with the movers and the shakers. They don't care if LA take more state taxes than damn near any other state in the United States. Then people will go to Texas or Florida because they ain't got no state taxes. They don't care that Texas and Florida is two of the most racially driven states of all time, especially Florida. You know, people want to play in New York, media mecca, not mad at Chicago, dope. A lot of people don't want to play. Guys don't really die to play in Philly neither. You know, people don't really die to play in Central Florida, like the Tampa area, right down there, Central South Florida. People don't die to play in Tampa. You don't see free agency like to go to Tampa or Florida, especially in the NBA. Nobody want to go to Orlando. I don't know why. Orlando, beautiful, man. I stayed around the Orlando area for a minute. Beautiful. You think Atlanta, will get more people. DC is a good city, but these players, everybody want to play in LA. Everybody love to go to LA and get milked. And then you getting these Instagram thoughts pregnant. You getting these actresses pregnant, and they ring you for every dollar you got. I don't understand why Orlando, Tampa ain't more of a destination. I like Tampa more than I like Miami. But hey, it's all perception. You come to play ball in the offseason, you live where you want to live at. But people don't want to play for the Lions organization. Anytime you take one of the nicest, perception-wise, one of the nicest football players of all time, two of the nicest football players of all time, and Barry Sanders and Calvin Johnson, and you turn them sour and you turn them against the organization, who gonna want to play for you? You legitimately made the greatest running back of all time, one of the greatest players in NFL history, quit. You legitimately made an all-time great quit. You two all-time greats in Calvin Johnson. They quit the game on your watch. So you think players gonna really line up to play in Detroit? No, they're going to overcharge the Detroit Lions to play here. They won't. That's what Ndamukong Suh did. Ndamukong Suh overcharged the Lions to stay here. The Lions didn't want to pay him. He took less money to play with Miami. He said, and Ndamukong Suh said, I got offered more money to play other places, but I took less money to play in Miami. He said that. He said, I took less money to play in Miami. He went down to Miami. He was happy. You know? He went down to Miami. He was like, shit, I don't want to go out to Pittsburgh. It's cold as hell in Pittsburgh. You know? And really the weather, people make the weather seem like it's like people like afraid of the cold. I be talking to people out in California and people, that live in high places. Like, really, when you go out there, you stay in Houston and Arizona. Well, you stay in Houston, you stay in Florida, or you go out to California in the summertime, 110 degrees of dry heat or humid heat, which is humid as the death. It's the same thing. When it's hot as a motherfucker like that, you can't go outside. When it's cold, you can't. I mean, are you more likely to survive outside in the cold than you is in the heat? I can dress for the cold. I can layer up. You know what I'm saying? The snow ain't shit. It's all mental. It ain't like the Lions ain't got a dome, But like I said before, that's what people believe, I gotta get asked. You can't even go out to work at 110-degree weather. I got time for that shit. I'd rather deal with the cold. And I say it again. I say it again and again and again. I'd rather deal with the cold. But, to continue about the running back situation, the Lions need speed behind Kerryon. They need a good guy to get to point A to point Z, and that's exactly what the Lions need. You need speed. The Lions got to get faster. They got to get faster. They got some okay speed. You know what I'm saying? They got some okay speed, but they got to get faster. The Lions really got to get faster. They got to find a way to really, really explode and get faster. I can't say it, man. You got to get faster. Said enough. And if they don't, you got to get stronger and more physical. You got to get stronger and more physical then at the point of attack. And it got to be a physical defense, man. They got to get faster on both sides of the ball. Yeah, undrafted running back. Yeah, that's a good one, but you got to be able to evaluate. Can Bob Quinn find a Philip Lindsay? Can he find a late rounder like Terrell Davis? You know what I'm saying? Because he could have got Kareem Hunt. We ain't even here talking about that right now. Well, obviously he probably would have been gone. That tape would have came out before the season if that was the Lions. He would have been gone. But they could have got Alvin Kamara too. What round do you draft a running back? Top priority for them is defensive end and cornerback. I don't think cornerback is a priority at all as far as the draft. It's just you can't take a chance with drafting a rookie cornerback and expecting him to start. You address cornerback in free agency. And like I said before, Bradley Roby is the perfect pick because you come in there with Greedy Williams. He's 6'3", 184 pounds. What the fuck do you expect him to do? Excuse my French. What do you expect Greedy Williams to do? Real talk. What do you expect him to do? Because if you going out there and you need, you need to work on your run, so he can't make no tackles on the screens or in the run game, and then he played too high, his technique off. I'm just not. I mean, unless I know this cornerback gonna be, what's the kid name? Marcus Peters his rookie year, Marshawn Lattimore from the Saints his rookie year. Unless I know this dude is gonna be a surefire thing, I ain't fucking with no cornerback. I ain't messing with no cornerback in the first few rounds. I ain't fucking with it. Excuse my language, but I just ain't fucking with it. Java Best done, bro. He running for his home country or whatever. For track or whatever in the Olympics, whatever he's doing. He said Davis is fast, he just can't cover. Who you talking about, Davis? Who you talking about? Gerard Davis? He can't cover or tackle. Fuck is he even out there for? You can't tackle or cover. Hell, you out there for? I'm not fucking with none of them cornerbacks, man. Unless you ain't, man, if you ain't no Lattimore or no Marcus Peters your rookie year, or no Deion Sanders, no shit like that. I can't, man. Never lost gonna whoop the hell out that rookie again. You're gonna be looking up and never lost gonna be starting again. I'm telling y'all what's gonna happen. You're gonna look up. Darius Slay is not overrated. Darius Slay is a dog. Yeah, last year he had some injury issues. A few Tavon Austin, excuse me, dropped the ball. Darius Slay a dog. Darius Slay a dog. Darius Slay can play the game. But hey, you telling Darius Slay to go out there and cover a receiver and you can't touch nobody and you ain't got no pass rush. Who ain't gonna get smoked? Who ain't gonna get smoked? You know what I'm saying? Who ain't gonna get smoked? You can't touch the receiver and you ain't getting no pass rush. You know, a lot of times the Lions was getting more cover sacks than anything. Yeah, I don't even know why they going to Florida. Tease Tabor, garbage. Garbage. Who else you got from Florida out there? Jared Davis, garbage. Oh, he can't tackle. Man, Davis can't tackle. Davis be missing tackles all day. He be tying people's shoes more than he be making contact. Davis be rushing the quarterback, clear hit at the quarterback. He'll jump over the quarterback. Quarterback throw a 20-yard pass. Why care about no Aaron Rodgers? Did Aaron Rodgers beat Darius Slay this year? Did Aaron Rodgers win a game versus the Lions this year? Did Aaron Rodgers win a game versus the Lions the year before that? I don't think he did. Anybody talking about no Aaron Rodgers? Ain't nobody talking about no Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers ain't do nothing last year from our scene. Was trying to protect his touchdown to interception ratio. Coward. You know, threw his coach under the bus. Coward. I ain't trying to hear that. He coward. Who throw they coach under the bus, bro? Who really go out there and stop playing and get your coach fired? You a coward. That coward quit on this team. He's a coward. We can call Matthew Stafford a lot of things, but Matthew Stafford ain't never tried to quit on the Lions from what I remember. He might have been throw 85,000 interceptions in a row, but he ain't Matthew Stafford strapped it on every day and came and play. Aaron Rodgers is a coward. He came out there and got his coach fired. He's a coward. Why would I want to go in the fox? Why would I want that guy in my foxhole? You know, out there showing up his teammates, blaming his teammates from everything else. Coward. Don't tell me greatest story of football. Bullshit. They always popping off propaganda on ESPN and Fox. Bullshit. Dan Marino, great thrower of football. John Elway, great thrower of football. Those two to name. Oh man, you talking about Warren Moon? Beautiful. Always come with this overrated. Oh, it's the greatest thrower of football. Yeah, you look like the greatest thrower of football because you can't touch no receivers. Moon, Marino, Elway, Theismann, Montana. You can hit them wherever you want to hit them at. Hit him in the head, hit him in the leg. Joe Theismann got his leg tore off. Montana was leaving with concussions, you know, and they were still getting the job done. They was beating their receivers up 20 yards downfield, just beating them up, beating them up, beating them up. They still throwing dimes. Today, football, of course, you got everybody throwing for 5,000 yards because you can't touch none of the receivers. You can't hit none of the receivers. You can't touch none of the quarterbacks no more. You can't touch nobody no more. So all these stats is inflated. Same thing with the NBA. Can't hand check. Can't touch nobody. Can't hard foul nobody. Ain't no more big man that can walk and chew bubble gum. You ain't got big man that can post up. Everybody shooting a three. You ain't got big man that can defend the rim no more. No post defense. No real weak side defenders no more. You know? None. You talking about the cornerback position? You gonna want to get a veteran. A veteran, somebody you know and evaluate that's better than Nevin Lawson right now. That's better than Mike Ford right now. And for my bang for my buck, if I can't trade for a corner, Peterson, Ramsey, I'm going Bradley Roby. Because one thing I know for sure is Bradley Roby from Ohio State, he can play. Aaron Rodgers ain't winning shit next year. Shut up. Aaron Rodgers ain't winning nothing next year. He ain't winning nothing. If anything, he ain't winning nothing. That dude old. He gonna go out there and touch his toes and strain his back. He ain't winning nothing. But as far as the cornerback position, man, veteran. Veteran, 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 veteran. Proven commodity, proven commodity. They still believe in Tease Tabor. Oh my God. How do you still believe in Tease Tabor, bro? Are you serious? How do you still sit there and keep Tease Tabor or Jalen Tabor and you keep the brother Miles Killebrew still on the team? Got to get you a proven veteran out there. Got to. Take your rookie about the third, fourth, fifth, sixth round. That's what you do. Because and I'll get to some of the questions, but you look at what the Seattle did last year. They got the Trey Flowers out of Oklahoma. They got Trey Flowers out of Oklahoma. He came in and started. The year before, they got the Griffin kid. You know what I'm saying? They ain't get Flowers and Griffin in the first 2 or 3 rounds, I don't believe. Maybe third. But Trey Flowers, 6'3" out of Oklahoma State. And I think he was, and they got the other brother from Shaquem was from Central Florida. I think he was with his brother Shaquille, one of the two. They got they don't have a hand. They play linebacker. So look how Seattle do it. Before that, Brandon Browner, I think he was a late rounder or undrafted. Richard Sherman was a third, fourth, fifth rounder or something from Stanford. Then they came back. Well, Jeremy Lane was a late rounder. Walter Thurman III was a late rounder. You don't have to get, premier cornerbacks in the first couple rounds, because guess what? If you develop them the right way, it's going to work. They all going to have a curving scale, a learning scale, excuse me. You still going to have to develop and develop and develop. Trey Flowers from the Seattle, not the Trey Flowers from, I think his name Trey Flowers, the one that played for Seattle, the cornerback. But you got to develop, you got to develop, you got to develop cornerbacks. It take years. You got the special ones like Deion Peters, Lattimore. Even Patrick Peterson had a learning curve his rookie year. Patrick Peterson got baptized by Cam Newton and Steve Smith. Because I watched Cam Newton first. I think that's where I got Brandon Browner from the CFL. But they, Brandon Peter, Marcus. I mean, I'm about to say not Browner, but I forgot what I was about to say. But they got to be able to get better scouting, man. For sure. Yeah, Byron Maxwell too. He was a mid to late rounder. Look at it's just tough. Patrick Peterson, like I say, he was getting baptized by Cam Newton his rookie year. You go look at Jalen Ramsey, he was okay. But it takes time. Darrelle Revis wasn't Revis Island coming into the league. It took him about 2-3 years to really ball out on Revis Island. So a cornerback is a developmental position. It depends on how fast they develop. But once they develop, you should be good for a couple years. So I mean, if you think of, one thing that translates to the NFL, is running back. For sure. If you're gonna be good, you're probably gonna be good in running back the first 3 seasons. And go get the quarterback. If you specialize in going to get the quarterback, Von Millers and of the world and Clay Matthews at one point in the world and Julius Peppers, if you specialize in going to get the quarterback, that translates immediately. Especially when you got a ton of help. Especially when you got a ton of help. When you pass rush, you good. People talking about the middle linebacker position. No. You don't want to get a 6-foot middle linebacker with another 6'1" middle linebacker in Davis. Not gonna work. But Jamie Collins did become available today, and I will talk about that before I turn it down tonight. So Trey Flowers, I'm not. Darius Slay was second rounder. Yep, he was a second rounder. Tease Tabor was a second rounder. Bill Bentley was like a 4th, 5th rounder. The Lions hadn't drafted a cornerback that high when they took Darius Slay in the second round since Terry Fair. People remember Terry Fair. I think Terry Fair, he returned kicks for a minute for the Lions too. That's how far I go back with the Lions. You can go all the way back up. Pair Davis with Mosley, and it will help Jared Davis out. It could. Mosley ain't that big neither. He's 6'2". I like Collins. Collins a little bit bigger. I'll get rid of Davis. I'm just keep it real. I'll get rid of Jared Davis. Static Major said 1 more year with Davis, but should be outside. Even if he play outside, he still can't tackle, still can't cover. I would move Jared Davis, and I would sign Jamie Collins. At least I would try to, And then I would think about bringing White or Bush in, but I would bring Mosley in. You know, I'll bring Mosley in. Brandon Reed said, "What player do you suggest to improve the offense?" Ain't no point. Hey, quarterback. Get you quarterback. Mosley or Collins, both. Answer your questions easy. Mosley or Collins, both. Now get rid of Davis. Ain't nobody gonna help that offense but scheme and holy water. But if I had to get a player, John Brown is the only guy I actually can actually see helping this offense that's out there, free agency. That's the only guy I can see helping. Other than that they gonna spend on. Le'Veon can help. But if you only I heard he asked for 2 years, 50 million, he's smoking moon rocks. I don't want Trey Flowers, neither do I. But watch, they're gonna spend the money on Trey Flowers. You see the amazing Piston game right now. Yeah, I got it on the screen. The Pistons are rolling right now because you're getting contributions from Luke Kennard and Reggie. They getting guard play. Draft Sean Oakman. Sean Oakman coming out. They gonna let him re-enter the draft. He's just a free agent. Martha gonna probably be like that brother's he probably did rape that white girl. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? He probably did rape. She ain't gonna fuck with him. That kid was big. I wonder what happened to him. I didn't know he was fighting for his life and the old girl had lied on him. But he got his life back. What's going on, D4? I heard the second round could get him. Yeah, they franchise tagged him to move him. Shit, D Ford, he a little undersized. He more of a 34 linebacker, played it kind of like with the position Denard play in the offense. But I was mad as hell that he lined up off sides though. I was mad as hell this Joker landed up off sides in the AFC Championship game. Brady has just threw an interception. They say you ain't coming back here. They got rid of Justin Houston too, and they got rid of Tamba Ali, last year. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't think he can help. Sean Oakman probably in a supplemental draft. That's messed up. That girl took them years off his life, man. He can't get back, you know. And just lying. You just gonna sit there and lie. In this day and age, ain't nobody got to take the box. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no dude got to take the box. Girls offering the box for nothing. But these brothers, man, young brothers out here, man, all y'all, man, make sure y'all get some consent forms. And you get them consent forms, have an attorney look at it. It might cost you a couple hundred, but a couple hundred now is better than costing you 10, 15, 20 years of your life. Because once you go into pen for rape, they're going to be running up through you. They're going to be running up through you. So a couple hundred now to save your booty hole later. I'll go ahead and sign and get those consent forms. Justin Bieber had them. Anytime you come to a Justin Bieber event or you on his premises, all your rights to say rape and say you already knew what you was here for. Oh, Lions ain't gonna draft him. Bush is better than White. I'm a Spartan fan. Yeah, I like Bush, but I haven't really seen a lot on White. They both small. Get you consent forms, man. Because and I would say this on this channel. I don't talk about this on this. It's an attack on black men right now. A lot of people don't get the R. Kelly thing. Yeah, R. Kelly did this wrong, but every R. Kelly, so Woody Allen, it's the Catholic priests who used the slaves used the nuns as sex slaves and touch little boys coming up. Go check out Mark Wahlberg's history. They don't put his history up of a ton of bigotry. He was attacking African American kids, third graders, fourth graders on the beach, calling them racial slurs. He beat up a Vietnamese guy, made him go blind, and then tried to get his felonies. Then he tried to get his felonies pardoned. And then the lady that he had, attacked her fourth grade class of black students, she stood up and they didn't want, and then he stopped pursuing the pardon. So they don't pull up their pass, and I'm saying this before too, I'm saying this before too. Is that watch out for Jay-Z. Jay-Z is doing too much out here, and they can't come for Jay-Z. May it be by fatality, or may it be by trying to, kill his image. So y'all got to watch out for Jay-Z. He doing a lot out here. Michael Jackson, he did, and they still got to beat his image because he got the Beatle catalog and stuff. Same thing with Prince. Prince owned a ton of unreleased music. After they stole all his music from him, he refused to release a ton of music. They got rid of him. Bill Cosby, man. Bill Cosby ain't do none of that shit, man. But you know what? Bill Cosby wanted to buy NBC. No, I said no. You know, if you don't know the story about Sam Cooke and James Brown, for me to get off here, Sam Cooke and James Brown about to be the first black people to own um, a major distribution deal. It's no black person that has a distribution deal to be able to push and sell a whole bunch of records like that. They killed Sam Cooke, you know. They killed Sam Cooke, you know, and then James Brown pulled out. About 20 years later, they kind of found out they killed James Brown. He just didn't die of natural causes. So, yeah, man, you got to pay attention, man. And black people, man, you got to stop ganging up on guys like R. Kelly. Yeah, it's funny. We make fun of it, you know. It's funny and make fun of it, right? You know, it's funny. But really, we got to stop ganging up because ain't nobody ganging up on R. Kelly but black people. White people are like, oh, Kelly, oh, we knew that years ago. You know, fuck R. Kelly. Going to get to the fax machine, Bob. You know, they don't give a hell about R. Kelly. It's black people that's lynching their own people, but not pointing out the double standards, equalities out there. Yes, that Mark Wahlberg, who owns Wahlberg. Yeah, go check it out. Go research Mark Wahlberg. You know, I got a video on my other channel about him, man. I did the research and he tried to get his bigotry felony pardon, and then the lady came out and said, no, you know, he was throwing rocks at black fourth graders, calling them the N-word. He beat up a Vietnamese man, made him go blind, and then later that day he beat up another Vietnamese man at a grocery store, something like that. You know, there's other stuff going down that's more important than R. Kelly. R. Kelly just didn't have no more money, or R. Kelly time was up. And now I believe R. Kelly is going to commit suicide. But you know, that's a totally different conversation. That kind of conversations I have. Um, you know, the kind of conversations I have on my other channel, man. So you want to follow that Goodfellas Sports TV? Yeah, they tried to get Chris Brown. Oh, girl said Chris Brown raped her while his fiance or his girlfriend was there with 20 people in the room. You know, yeah, Hollywood, man. I would not want to be a part of Hollywood. You know, I will not be a part of Hollywood. But once again, I appreciate it, man. More, I'm gonna try to get one in tomorrow, then one after tomorrow, then one in after tomorrow, and then we're gonna finish off. Well, Saturday is the end of the week. Technically, it is. And Sunday is the beginning of the week. Saturday is technically, if you're a real into higher beings, Saturday is actually the actual holy day, not Sunday. Sunday is actually really supposed to be Monday, but you know how that shit go. But appreciate everybody for showing love, man. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. Check us out on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You always can reach out to the email if you got a business question, inquiry, or sponsorship, or you just want to reach out to your boy. I appreciate everybody for showing love. Keep sharing the videos, and I'm gonna keep putting it down. Y'all know what it is. We gone.